I watched Squid Game season 2, and it's really not that bad. It's really not that bad. I don't want to let people's thoughts and opinions, deter me from watching the TV show. I was invested in season 1. Doggone it, I'm gonna go through season 2, and that's exactly what I did. Season 2 had 7 episodes, and when I first saw the episode list, I was like, okay, we're in for a doozy. They have a lot to squeeze in, and if this season is jam packed like the first season is, they have a lot to cover in 7 episodes. So that was my mindset going into this. But if you do not know, Squid Game season 2 came out December 26, 2024, a couple weeks ago. It's on Netflix. Try to share a password, get a fake email, get some free days, and just binge watch it. It took me like 2 days to binge watch it, and I was done, and that's it. And I liked it. I genuinely liked it. It's really not that bad. The main purpose of this video is, can y'all tell me, if you're on the other side of the coin that doesn't like Squid Game season, can y'all tell me why y'all don't like season 2? Like, it's something that I'm missing that y'all notice. If you've been a part of my channel, I do miss some things. I do miss some things. I am not Inspector Gadget. I am not freaking, what's her name, Carmen Sandiego. I'ma miss some shit. Let me know. I don't mind being corrected. Before I highlight a few things that I appreciated and liked from season 2, I want to say spoiler, 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 spoiler. Glad we're over it. One thing I really liked about season 2 is that we got into the mindset of the recruiter. We got to see his day. From my understanding, it's just him. I didn't see any other recruiters. He gets to a certain number. I believe he stopped, but no, he's still playing some type of game. He played games with people who are, unhoused, 2 dudes that got capped. Eventually, when Jin-hoon got into like his presence and stuff, and they were like, talking it out, Jin-hoon's trying to get some answers to his questions. Yeah, he played a game there to the very end, literally. I got to see how psychotic this guy is and how invested he was in these games, in his game. Another thing I really liked is looking at Jin Hoon's life after the games and how he's utilizing the winnings that he had. It looks like he legit got winnings. He got the money. They were not capping on the money, so that's good to know. So if you win, they ain't capping. He got money. But it's interesting that he's working with a group to get burning answers to his questions about who's running these games, where, when, how, why are they doing this, who's the main head honcho, and how can they stop him. And he's working with these group of people. They are going through the different resources, their connects, to have them all work together to figure out where these freaking people at, but they don't know where to start. And then you slowly get to see who you can trust and who you can trust, and you get to see what great links this front guy or this organization, whoever's running these Squid Games, goes to conceal their identity, conceal their location. Because at some point, Jin Hoon and the crew met up with the front guy, but Jin Hoon technically did not know that the front guy was in the vehicle with him. He thought he was talking to a box, but they got up close and personal with him. But Jin Hoon and them thought they were, smarter and quicker. They planted a tracking device. The front man, the organization, light years ahead of them. Soon as like Jin-hoon consented to go back to the game, which I did not expect, I kind of appreciate that he went back in, because now I get to see what his experience is like the second go around, which is very interesting. When Jin-hoon woke up, realized his tracker was gone, he's like, oh, I'm effed. How you really gonna find him? It's so many islands, from my understanding. The people that they're trying to enlist for help from, it's like giving them running around. From my understanding, every time it's the scene of like the crew trying to get on a boat, island hop, find Jin Hoon, and like all these other people, the island, the front man, whatever. Yeah, they're getting run around. Now, moving on to the facility. Now Jin Hoon consented. He's at the facility again. I got to see the inner workings of the workers, the managers, the leaders, whatever, the game master, everything. The place is heavily surveillance. They have audio. They have good visual on everybody for the most part. I got to see how the workers live their everyday life. I got to see like the relationships, the side deals, the alliances that's going on behind the scenes. It's very much interesting and I appreciate it. I got to see more of the facility, how much of a labyrinth, how much of a maze the facility is. And I'm very much impressed that, everybody knows where to go, where they need to be at what time. Look, if I was a freaking worker, yeah, I'm late every day. I'm late every day. Now the players. Jin Hoon has the same number, which is kind of funny. And originally, I didn't anticipate Jin Hoon being the main character again. I was thinking that it was going to be a main character. Jin Hoon shows up. It's like 2 mains after that. No, it seems like it's going to be Jin Hoon's point of view and Jin Hoon's point of view probably in season 3. But you got the same number. I appreciate the new characters that they added in. And one thing I like to say is that I appreciate everybody's acting in season 2 and season 1. I appreciate everybody's acting. It was believable. Some of the characters are my favorite, some are not my freaking favorite. Some of y'all are fine, some of y'all are not fine. You know, some of y'all are crazy, some of y'all delusional. It's a melting pot of just so many different personalities that I definitely appreciated. Everybody definitely stuck out. There wasn't a lot of, actually wasn't many characters that feel like it was a copy, like, oh, they act the same, they do the same. Everybody has different personalities. I very much appreciated. Everybody had different motives, backstories, relationships, alliances that they cherish, different morals. Moving on to the games. The first game was still the same, the red light, green light. Jin-hoon, which I kind of figured was going to try to save as much people as they could before they got into this game, which he tried. But of course, you realize that people got a little nervous, got a little scared. A lot of people didn't make it. And then you start to see game after game, humanity starts to look like shit. They gave people luxury of voting after each game. And if the majority of people vote to stop the games, they'll stop it. Everybody splits the money, go home. However, other side of the coin, if the majority of people does not want to stop the game, you're going to keep playing until either after each game, people want to go more and more hard to get more money, because they're realizing that the more people die, the more that they're going to get in their split. I liked the new games. From my understanding, in the back office, they realized that Jin-hoon was giving out too much information, trying to tell players how to play, trying to predict things. In my opinion, I think that they switched the games up on purpose. But then another side of me is like, this is our second time seeing these games. What if red light, green light is always their first game, and they switch the games up? They probably might always have like different games to play, and they mix match with the different batches of people that they have. Or they literally might just play the exact same game, but they changed it this time because Jin-hoon's giving out too many gems. Y'all can clarify that for me about why they switched the game up. Let me know. One game I kept seeing on the internet was the merry-go-round game, because that song is catchy. I even made a TikTok off of it, so it's kind of catchy. But who can think really fast, who has a strong alliance, and who can pretty much get the number that they're looking for, get into your room, and like close that hoe. Then the other new game, I would say like a Olympic, no, it wasn't the Olympic race, but it was like a relay race. They had people working teams. I really appreciated learning about new different games. The throwing event, there was a game that reminded me of like the game of Jacks. You had to like pick up different colors and stuff, and at the end you gotta like put it in your hand and flip it. Another one was like wind it up, spin it, and it has to spin. And there's another one you like hit like this. It's not a sack, but you hit like this little item on your foot. Yeah, those are freaking difficult. And on top of that, it was time, so that was very much clutch. And after each one of those games, I was able to see the voting process. After each game, each person had an opportunity from the last number to the first number, and that was the order of voting. You get to vote if you want to keep going or stay. A lot of people had different motives. The front man, he is one of the players. He's a part of the game, and you get to see different times where his ass was saved a little bit, either by Jin-hoon or the people behind the scenes. He's a well-protected man, and he got a lot of information off of Jin-hoon. What was the reason for him to be in a game like this and put himself in danger like this? For a man, you got to learn a little more his backstory. But another side of me is that I think that he has a little bit of truth sprinkled with a little lie when he was telling a group about his, sentiments and like what he's going through. It was frustrating watching Jin-hoon just spill a lot of information, because he's trying to build up trust, he's trying to build alliance, trying to build up a group, but you can't be too trust. You can't trust too many people, especially in this environment. All in all, I'm still invested. Season 2 didn't deter me from the storyline or like the franchise as a whole. I'm gonna watch season 3. Because I'm hoping that the questions that I have in my head is going to be answered, or it probably will remain unanswered, and we're going to be on the internet trying to figure out what the fuck is happening.